Buenos días a todos, ¿cómo estamos? Bienvenidos al canal YouTube Sports Máximo. Soy José María y seguimos con el juego, con este Vampyr. Llevamos toda la noche, no hemos dormido y no quería irme a dormir dejando a media la misión, ¿vale? No me gusta dejarla a medias y me imagino que vosotros también pensáis como yo, ¿no? Entonces vamos a seguir con él y cuando terminemos la misión nos vamos a dormir, ¿vale? Vamos a ver.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Quiero hacer esta misión secundaria. Veo una que hay por aquí cerca. Luego vamos a hacer la principal. Imagina porque la tenemos al lado. No, por aquí no es. Está por aquí. Es una secundaria y luego nos ponemos a hacer la principal. ¿Me dejará?
I cannot enter. I have this thirst for blood.
Joder. nosotros ahora. Para.
It's locked, all right.
We've dodged death so many times. Have you found Oswald?
Not yet, sir. I need more information first.
All right. What do you want to know?
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Nurse Brannigan has been recently accused of neglecting her professional duties. Tell me what you really think about it.
This kind of protest is nothing but elitist bullshit. I trust Nurse Brannigan with my life. She has what it takes to be a great doctor.
Do you really think she could be the next Elizabeth Blackwell?
Believe me, Dr. Reed, a time will come when skill and skill alone will determine who can be a physician and who cannot.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Sí, hombre, sí. Es Assassin's Creed siempre. Lo malo que sea, siempre es bueno. Está sano. Me falta una pista. Vale.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Why does Dr. Tippett's claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
You're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge. I really hope he doesn't.
According to the report I read, your unprofessional conduct put a patient in danger, Gwyneth.
That's not true. I know when my patient's life is at risk, and I'm more competent than a lot of doctors that I know. Problem is, I'm a woman.
I don't see what your gender has to do with your abilities, nurse.
Yes, nurse. Because I'll never be a doctor, no matter what my skills. I could make a decision that could save a life, but oh no, that's unbecoming conduct.
Have you heard of Elizabeth Blackwell? She was the first woman listed on the UK Medical Register. Change is slow, but it will come. And you will always have my support.
To have the right to study shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth. That's all I'm saying.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Voy a matar a esta. Mataré a esta. Pipa. A por ella.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. I knew I should have fled this rotten city with Milton since the first day of the contagion.
Es que tenía que matarla. Es que me hace falta la punto de experiencia. Ya tenía toda la pista. Tenemos que descansar ahora. nivel 22. Buenos días, Jacob Fry. ¿Cuál es el juego que invertiste en una buena pasta y te decepcionó? No, yo no perdí no pedí que me devolvieran el dinero de Cyberpunk. Lo dejé de reserva, arrinconado, escondido, y luego cuando arreglaron me puse a jugar. El mayor decepción, Golus. ¿Cómo se llama? Gollum. Mayor decepción. Y también Inmortal. O Verum. Buah, vaya mierda de juego.
It's locked, all right. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Llamado agotamiento. Tengo que curarlos.
Good evening, Milton.
If you're here for the merchandise, you're out of luck. I've stopped selling. Far as I'm concerned, you can all go to hell and die in this shithole.
Why are you being so aggressive, Milton?
I attended Pippa's funeral this afternoon. I was the only one from the hospital.
Will you keep extorting money from hospital patients now that your accomplice is dead?
No, Dr. Reed. Now I know I did it for her. She thought for so long about fleeing the city. Even the country, maybe.
What are you going to do then?
No idea. To be honest, I don't even know why I still work here. I sure as hell don't plan on staying in this city forever.
You are still of use to this hospital, Milton. You're the ambulance driver. Patients are counting on you.
Something tells me I'll end up dead like all those other poor bastards if I stay around. But I don't have the will to leave.
Where would you go?
Somewhere sunny. Place with many flowers. That's where Pippa wanted to go. Far from the city stench, she used to say.
It sounds nice, but that was her idea. What about yours?
I don't know. I've never left London. I don't know what's out there.
Pues si ya no me vende nada. Pues si no me vende, lo mato.
How was the funeral?
The priest had forgotten Pippa's family name. He just mumbled some generic religious bullshit. It was so pitiful I almost laughed.
You're not a religious man, then?
No, but Pippa was. She was tough and sad, but she never lost faith. I'm glad our money granted her the proper ceremony she deserved.
Who paid for the ceremony? I imagine it's expensive these days, especially with the quarantine.
The Lord may work in mysterious ways. That priest was easy to bribe. Bloody crook.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. Well, thanks, anyway.
Luego lo mato a este. Este se llama Dr. Barbelli.
Goodbye, Milton.
Este necesita la cura.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical assistance, Nurse?
I will be fine as soon as I can get some sleep.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
Vale, pero ella tiene nivel 5, yo 2. Ahora tengo que curar a este, que se llama Dr. Barbelli.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Venga, que te voy a curar.
Good evening, Dr. Ackroyd.
If you say so.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Nivel 4, aún no lo puedo matar. Pero yo tengo el nivel 3. Bueno, después, más tarde lo mataremos. Aquí está, ya he hecho la faena.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this.
¿Cómo te otra rata?
This is despicable.
It's done.
A ver. No puedo distraerme. A ver, ¿para que voy bien?
Sorry, sir. No admittance. Step away! There's one of them. Filthy! Please, sir. Can't let you get in weapons. Shit, that leech is fast.
habían rodeado, ¿eh? Cabrón. Me habían rodeado. Ahora me dejará entrar.
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
It cannot be safe for a blind man to live here alone. Let me enter, sir. I swear I mean you no harm.
Well, a voice never lies, and yours clearly is the voice of a gentleman. All right, Doctor, come on in. Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
Vale, vamos a robar.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
It's locked.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool. Tell me, how do you see the world these days? So what is the name of my nocturnal visitor?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. As I already explained to you, I'm inquiring about the epidemic.
Dr. Reed? The eminent surgeon? My God, I'd never have expected a brilliant physician like you to knock on my door.
You flatter me, sir.
No, sir, I am flattered. I read all your work when I still had my sight. I loved it. I'm Mason Swanborough, by the way.
Neuralgia. Vamos a curarle. Vamos a curarle.
You seem unwell, sir. Do you need my assistance?
Actually, I feel worse than usual. Can you give me something?
Yes. I can give you a little something that has been proven effective.
Thank you, Doctor.
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reed. Oh, how I envy you.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say, she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you. Loretta sells a fake miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
Vale. Su hermana. Vale, vale.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me, and I believe she could say the same thing about me.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I don't know who she is.
Do you know Braille, Mr. Swanborough?
I'm no expert, but I learned it in my spare time, yes. Why?
I found a strange document entitled Cure for Blindness. It's written in Braille, so I thought perhaps it was yours.
Really? Is that some kind of sick joke? Let me see.
Here it is.
This letter seems authentic. And it actually refers to an experimental cure for blindness. You have piqued my interest, Dr. Reed.
Could it be of any use to you?
No. This page is just a part of a larger diary. I'd be glad if you could find the other pages.
I found another page of the diary, Mr. Swanborough.
This diary is still not complete. The man who wrote it claims he is a member of some scholarly brotherhood called the St. Paul's Stole.
Really? I've heard of them. Very capable scientists. Perhaps the man who wrote this really found a cure.
I would need more pages to figure it out, but it's as promising as it is intriguing.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
Me ha dado de 4. Lleva las notas de Brady a Mason 3 de 4. Necesito una más.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour? What can I do for you, Doctor?
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
A ver si encuentro otra nota por aquí.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
Esto lo tiene muy guarro, ¿no?
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
It's locked, all right.
Vale. Aquí hay una nota. Esta que me faltaba, mejor.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool. What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
I feel someone's eyes upon my neck.
Rescata al pastor Joseph Larrabee. Es un vampiro misterioso. Debe ser un boss.
In the name of Christ, someone help!
You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan is no demon. He's just a loving son returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, it has been you all along.
Era su hermana.
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
Su hermana.
Why did you lure me
Me convirtió
here?
a su
I'm
hermana
gathering the
vampira.
family.
What?
For a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reed.
Mary,
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
Mary, let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Right then. Speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband killed in France. My child carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital, cemetery to cemetery, grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were, in front of me, on a dark pier.
It was the hunger. You know it now as well.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again. As you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary, I had taken your life before I realized it was you. I tried to kill myself.
But you failed in your attempt. We cannot die, can we? We are a plague. I've watched you, Jonathan. You pull the strings and sever them.
I've done what I had to do. I did not choose this fate. But I will have my answers.
Ugh. There are no answers, Doctor. There's nothing left but pain and lies and treachery.
Mary, wait!
Time to go, Mother. Give my regards to my son.
Mata a su madre.
No!
Mata a su madre, tío. Qué mala se
This is what I do to those I cherish. Can you imagine what I've in mind for you?
I'll destroy you!
Finally, we hear the truth. Dr. Reed, admit it. You're a monster who takes joy in killing, who relishes the chase, the secrecy of it all.
I'm still a scientist. I shall find a cure for this madness.
You lie to yourself. Confess your sins.
Over the slaughtered corpse of our mother!
Are those tears, brother dear? Your heart still bleeds with emotion. My dead heart has dried.
You are mad.
Oh, so that's what I am, Doctor. Mad? I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing voices, one in particular. That of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my head.
I cannot let you kill again, Mary.
Time to die, brother. And this time for good. You killed me, brother. Rest in peace, monster. Abomination. Kill him. Revel in your true nature. You've burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster! Kiss me again. You come to me, Jonathan. You left me to rot in this grave.
Se ha vuelto loca la hermana.
Brother,
Se ha vuelto loca, tío.
it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages.
Vas a tener que matar a tu
All
hermano.
nightmare, no
Mátala.
dream. Bring it to a close.
Mátala,
Let me
mátala.
sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
La clava la estaca,
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
Hostia, qué obra maestra, señores. Qué jugazo. Madre mía.
Blood. As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
Capítulo 4.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Vale, ¿qué podemos hacer aquí? No puedo hacer nada más. Tendré que curar a estos.
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right. It's locked.
¿Por qué carga? Esto no me lo ha hecho nunca.
Hello, Milton.
Hello, sir.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. Well, thanks, anyway.
Ya tiene tope de esto. Me lo cargo. Me lo cargo. Ya lo necesito. No me puede vender armas tampoco ni nada. Pues me lo cargo. Tiene 2000 puntos. Está al máximo ya. No voy a sacarle más puntos. Va, que te voy a comer.
Bloody monster. Did you kill my Pippa too? I should have known.
fuerte, joder, muy fuerte, ¿eh? Voy a ver si puedo hacer una mejora de arma. Escopeta.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again. Please show me what you have to sell. Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful. Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Si le doy otro de sangre, digo otra cura más, me pondré a tope. No sé.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh? No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless. Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept? I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill. Do you need medical attention? Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated. Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease, and that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reed. Goodbye, Mr. Chidana. It's locked, all right.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir.
good place for a stroll. So, step away now! It ain't you, mate! Safer places to be than here. Are you deaf? Get that weapon! Oh Christ! No! Don't you know better? This is now my domain! Turn you to dust! Your prey is mine! You cannot win this! You're mine! This is my territory! You're bleeding. I'll send you!
Guau, tío. Me han reventado. Qué poderosos estos vampiros, tío. Y además eran 5 o 7. Va, tío. ¿De dónde empezaré?
There's safer places to be than here. Go on! Die, vermin! This is not a place for you, sir. Are you deaf? It ain't human! Get it!
Joder, hijo de puta.
Your prey is mine now!
Su puta madre, tío, qué bueno este vampiro. Ah, tío. Ahora ha crecido la dificultad que flipas ahora. Ahora. Venga, podemos vencer.
Look at it! Fish is... This is my territory.
Pues si viene solo él, lo puedo vencer. ¡De su puta madre!
Your prey is mine!
Tío. No veas, tío, lo que me ha costado. Vamos, su madre. ¿Cómo va a crecer la dificultad? Madre mía, Dios santo.
Leech spotted! Watch out, boys!
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reed? Please come in.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Why does your sister feel so guilty about what happened to you?
Because she knows I'll never forgive what she did to me.
You run an illegal business with someone you hate?
I don't hate my sister. She looks after me, we have a good time. But I'm just not ready to forgive her.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
I hear them hissing and scratching at my door every night. The sick made mad by the fever. But these walls are thick, and my lock is solid.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour? Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
No puedo abrir esto, tío. Ojalá la llave la tiene su hermana.
Tell me, how do you see the world these
Me
days?
falta un papel, un documento, que creo que lo tiene en el armario con el candado puesto.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour? Wandering in this... You're either brave or a fool. Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
Da que da pena, tío. Da que da pena.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
Y pequeño no es. Esta casa es bien limpia, bien cuidada. No estoy mal. Falta un documento. Que yo creo que está el documento en ese armario con el candado puesto.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
3, este. Me puedo comer a esta. Esta primero la curo a esta. Y a este. Estos dos. Me falta una pista. Bueno, a ver. Me lleva aquí. Ponte con Lady. Abrir. No, vamos aquí, de momento aquí. ¿Quién ganará? ¿El hombre lobo o el tío o el vigilante? El hombre lobo. Se me ha tirado. Ah, me han matado, tío. Tengo que matar ciudadanos, tío. Tengo que matar ciudadanos. Para hacerme más fuerte.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
Could this be the scarf you lost, Miss Popper?
It is much more than a scarf to me. It is the only thing that connects me to my family and my country. Thank you so much.
How are the conditions in Whitechapel these days?
When I think about all the people who died trying to reach England, it seems we escaped a war just to die on foreign shores, hated by all.
Me falta una pista más, 2 pistas. Y vale. Agotamiento. La vamos a currar un poquito.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Vale. Pista. Me queda por aquí. Está resfriado. Y estos son 2 resfriados. Este me lo voy a poner.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
You again? What do you want this time?
How is the sanitary situation in Whitechapel?
I'm not easily scared, but crazy killers and armed patrols are lurking about. My son's right about this place.
Te dejo vivo, luego dice por ti.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Good quality. Come on, take a look. Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Right then. Show me what you have. Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, May I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books. I liked books.
Why are you sad then?
Because it hurts to remember a time when my father used to laugh and smile. It hurts to realise he's as sad as me now.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Even my dreams are so
A ver si hay algo por aquí interesante. Yo lo estoy mirando yo. Creo que ya lo tengo todo.
It's locked.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
The swap. Good evening, my dear colleague.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion, Dr. Reed.
Well, there you have it. Take this remedy, but be discreet. It may damage your business otherwise.
Thank you.
Loretta, your miraculous formula wouldn't even cure a common cold, and you know it.
The Swanborough's cordial secret ingredient is hope, Doctor. And it's something people around here really need.
A placebo effect is real and has benefit. But in your case, you could be murdering your customers, who may die because they are not receiving the necessary medical attention.
Medical attention? In Whitechapel? Trust me, my cordial is the best option they have, since it is the only one.
If your true purpose was to help, you wouldn't take money from the poor for your snake oil.
Oh, but to pay for it is part of the process, Doctor. If it were free, they wouldn't believe in it.
Loretta, why do you feel so guilty about your brother?
I don't expect him to forgive me. All I can do is make amends for what I did.
By making him a crook and a criminal. What if somebody decides to make him pay for your scam?
Mason is totally capable of defending himself. Just leave us be. We're perfectly fine.
I know how guilt feels between a brother and sister. Are you sure you're not trying to ease your own remorse?
Mason wants to be useful, can you understand that? And chemistry is his passion, and the Swanborough cordial gives him a purpose in life.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
When people buy guns instead of medication, it means they have already traded hope for fear in their hearts. In my book, that's never a good thing, Doctor.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
No tengo dinero. Vender. Vender esto. Xiaoxun, tengo que traer a esta mujer y darle el tratamiento. ¿Pero dónde está ella? Allí está.
Good evening, Xiaoxun.
晚上好, Dr. Reed. It's good to see you again.
Why don't you move to a better neighborhood?
I thought about it, I confess. To go back to the same empty home every day still hurts me a lot.
Why stay here then?
I am a woman of habit, Dr. Reed. And for now, I am happier being useful in a familiar place than I would be anywhere else.
What are you doing with your time now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to help the poor and sick of the neighborhood by handing out medicine.
Giving out medicine? How can you afford to do that?
I am a rich widow, Dr. Reed. My departed husband left me enough money to last the rest of my life. I can spend some on those who don't have any.
That's very charitable of you. But why do it at night?
I've noticed that the most desperate people tend to go out after dark. Hence my presence, to help them when I can.
How do you feel now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to follow your advice, sir. I won't forget the dead, but my efforts will be for the living.
I've no doubt. That is a wise and useful attitude in this part of town.
To be completely honest with you, I am also doing this for myself. If I'm destined to survive this epidemic, I need my life to have some purpose.
Do you still think about your departed husband?
Of course I do. I'll never forget my beloved Matthew, but how do I put it? Now I miss him more than I want him back.
I know what you mean. And I think it means you're getting better.
Maybe death will take me the way it took Matthew, without warning and without mercy. But until then, I live on.
Vale, le voy a curar del resfriado y la mato. Sí. Lo siento, muchacha. Te ha tocado.
How do you feel? Physically speaking, I mean.
I don't feel good, Dr. Reed. Not at all.
You should recover quickly after taking this.
Thank you, Doctor.
Pues la mato ya, porque no... Ya tengo nivel máximo, todas son las pistas. Y ya solamente me interesa ya comerme, me la voy a comer. Lo siento, chica. Me da mucha pena, pobrecita. Parece una buena chica. Pero es que la necesito para hacer mejoras.
Why convince me to live if it was to kill me later? If it was a game, consider it a success, you cruel demon.
Me da mucha pena. Este juego me está tocando el corazón, porque no quería matarme, pero es que si no la mato, no mejoro, no evoluciono.
I have this first.
Tengo que mejorar.
For blood.
Ahora quiero ir a mi casa. A ver qué podemos hacer aquí. dejamos ya. Me voy a dormir. Yo creo que... ¿Qué hora es ahora? Casi las 8. Esta mañana no voy a poner... No haré directo. Comprenderán que tengo que descansar. Por la tarde empezamos. Y nada, ha sido brutal. O sea... Empezamos con este juego ayer noche a las 10. No, a las 11. A las 5 creo que hemos parado. Acabo de media hora hemos arrancado otra vez. Y ya estoy cansado. Ahora ya salió el sol y todo. Me voy a dormir, que no he dormido. Muchas gracias por vuestro like, vuestro apoyo. Y nos vemos esta tarde. Que me gusta mucho Borderlands 2. También meteré caña. Y luego por la noche seguimos con este. Está súper interesante. Bueno, nos vemos. Hasta luego.